Welcome. We return to the Living World of Darkness Grow edition. As Tegan's PC is being a child. We, in all seriousness, we do a retake. Three cubs are walking back from the Moot as they were just told at the end of the Moot, also witnessing something of a punishment right towards a Silver Fang. Quite embarrassing for Jacob, not really anyone else, but he digresses.
Lol.
They were just told they were going to another war. Another war, not just going to fight this one. This one would be put on hold for some reason, despite being surrounded on all sides and fighting against the Weaver and the Worm and trying to keep the tree safe. They already had their hands full, and now they're being told that they should abandon this area entirely. This doesn't necessarily sit well with Jacob, but he is not one to question the Guy and King, and has left the Moot with mixed feelings, being quite happy about the rest of it, feeling that progress was made, but not this specific issue per se. Perhaps the people in the Amazon should be strong enough to take care of their own shit. And he's walking back with Tegan and Victor as he patronizingly pats and rubs Tegan on the head for being a cheeky mofo. And Victor, well, he tries to make sure that Victor keeps up, because the poor guy has a habit of trying to shrink into the background, and Jacob doesn't really want that for him.
What are you doing?
This is what you get for making fun of me all the time.
I get to be pet?
Yeah.
Well, damn, at least let me go into frickin' lupus before you start petting me.
You get to go in the baby cot now. That's what's happening.
That's something you don't want to say when there are other lupus around.
I'm aware, but I was about to say we're all Hamid here, but no. We got 2 Hamids and a Metis, so we don't have to worry.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, you're right. What's fun? What may be fun for us is not exactly fun for them.
Jacob. Peony.
Okay.
Victor.
2 successes.
Last time you saw Victor and Tegan together in somewhere, he was avoiding her like there was no. Right now he's being friendly. What the fuck?
Also, you may notice that there is a rucksack on Tegan's back.
Oh yes, she's carrying the rucksack full of stones.
The rucksack of shame.
Yes, the shame sack. Yeah, that kind of piques Jacob's attention, but he doesn't necessarily question it right now.
Yeah,
He's just kind of happy that that they seem to be getting along. Maybe something happened. He doesn't know. So, how did you think that went? You can't ask the both of you.
Well, first time seeing that punishment, right? Pretty fun.
Well, I was a bit more concerned about the fact that we're probably heading to another war zone, but yeah, that too. That was a sight.
I mean, I'm trying not to think about the whole Amazon thing, given that I have my own problems here, and now is not exactly the time to just kind of drop them and go somewhere else. Especially since I'm still a cub.
That's how it happens. Just we will always have bigger problems to, drop things and go to.
That's true. I mean, I'm certainly not going to argue with it. If it's what the king commands, and I'm all for it. But it's just that we have our hands full here. I mean, someone's going to have to hold down the fort while we're gone. I mean, surely he's not asking the whole set to go. I mean, that would literally be a violation of a litany.
I mean, I don't really understand why we have to go either, since, well, me and Victor are still clubs. You're almost cleared, but
I still have a passage to complete, though. I will never be a cleave until I complete that, and that also happens to involve all of you as well.
What are you going to do for it?
I have to form a mission pack and lead some of you guys in a fight against the Bane. He kind of just gauges Victor's reaction to that.
He doesn't seem to be reactive in any way.
Jacob was awfully casual about it, by the way.
If we are going to there, maybe you can lead the cubs there?
It's definitely a possibility. I know I haven't been able to talk to some of the other cubs yet, so I mean, we've all interacted at training, but I don't feel we've had really a chance to talk, you and I, have we?
He shakes his head.
Yeah. Well, now that I say that, I'm not really sure what to talk about, to be honest. I guess it's that thing when you really want to talk to someone and then you don't actually know what to say.
Victor is just going to get his head up and look at Jacob. By the way, how tall is Jacob?
5 foot. He's average height, like 5'8", 5'7".
Then he's gonna look up down. In that case, and he's just going to say, "Do you want me in the pack?"
Absolutely. I've seen you fight before, and I trusted to have our back. You had Tegan's back. You had my back. You had the Strutter's back.
He nods.
You're a good man, a little guru. And you're good at what you do. It's fairly simple.
Okay.
Jacob looks a little bit surprised. Are you sure? That quickly?
Yeah.
Well, just so long as you don't think I'm forcing you into anything. I don't want to force anyone into anything. That's not the kind of leader I want to be, or the kind of person I want to be, frankly. I don't think if a leader should really force someone into doing anything that...
You mean like forcing half a sept to go to the Amazon?
Nah, I don't mean like that. I mean, there should be a focus on bringing out the best in the individual. It should really, it's a team effort. It's not about sometimes, the leader's still in command, but they shouldn't be, grossly violating. Perhaps I'm thinking like in too human a manner.
It's
But
possible.
it's more about bringing the best in people than just saying do this, do that because I say so. That is, if you think someone should do something because you say so, well, I would dare to call that person entitled. It's not really effective. It certainly doesn't work to get the morale going. Although, to be honest, even though I don't intend to be that kind of person, I'm sure you're going to be much better at that than me, Tegan.
Oh yes, I would make the best leader. Oh wow, Mike, what you doing there, Mike?
Oh.
I should totally be the one who's the alpha of this little mission pack.
Do I have to fruit you again? Are we going to do this? He looks cheated.
I'm sorry. Have I insulted your very delicate Silverfang, your Silverfang pride? I'm so sorry.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I'm being an old
She sticks her tongue out at him.
But no, it's not really. You know, that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you, Victor, and get to know you better. You know, I didn't want to. Well, I don't really want to command a stranger. So tell me a bit about yourself.
He just looks up like right, left, right, left, and I'll just say, no.
Well, sorry, what did he say? You went robot-y?
He said, "What do you want to know?"
I guess. Well, what are your interests? I guess. Be a bit cliche, a bit benign, but you know, kind of helps tell you a bit about a person.
I like books.
Books? You like to read?
Comic books.
Ah. Well. If you ever need me to find you some, I can pick some up for you. Which ones in particular?
I don't really care.
No. I'll pick up some novels better than that DC crap.
Oh, thank God.
Exactly.
OOC.
OOC, shut the fuck up.
OOC butthurt moral fans.
Yeah, I'm actually, well, I'm a bit of a video gamer myself when I'm not on the job being a police officer.
Oh, really?
Yep. I know that's gonna get some side eyes from a few people, but to be honest, it's literally a fictional game. It's a fictional world. I don't really see why people would care about it that much. You know. I mean, we have that crap in the human world with what's his face fucking trying to ban fucking games because they're in evil nonsense. It's imaginary. He kind of turns to Victor because it looks like he wanted to say something.
Yeah, like he's gonna say, I've heard about video games, but I never played one.
Oh, I can show you one sometime. There's a lot of them. Just all comes down to what you want to play. You could play a harmless game about owning a farm, or you could be like a soldier or something, or in space, or some sort of
Or
legendary
be
super.
real meta and play a werewolf in Skyrim.
Yeah, now that I think about it, there are not many games about werewolves. Maybe that's on
No?
purpose.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, maybe the veil had something to do with that. Yeah, you don't
I
see
also
it.
think Glasswalkers would be very angry
Yes,
about that.
I
Yeah,
think
they'd
they
probably
would
keep
be.
that shit on the down low.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably some out there, but if there are, they're not well known, or certainly not well regarded. Yeah. But, well, other than that, my interest is mainly. I mean, I don't really have a ton of time outside of that. I mean, most of the time I'm either here or being a cop, enforcing a different kind of law.
Do you have like a chaperone when you do your cop thing?
I mean, I had to come out as an officer recently to pick up William.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have something important that needs doing regularly, you don't always need a chaperone for it, but
I guess it's
you'll
not that
you,
important.
you'll need to go over that one with the Denver. You need to make sure everything's clear there. I know someone else managed to do it once. Basically, if you can successfully argue that what you're doing is in the greater interest of the SEPs, like a relevant job is the most obvious one. Like me being a cop, it's fairly easy. But yeah, funny enough, pretty much everyone thought I was never going to be a cop again because rage. But
I mean, I could argue that in order to watch my kinfolk, I have to work at my dad's pub, or at least keep working there.
You can always control your rage.
you can't always dampen it. I haven't really done that too much because, well, you never know what you might find. Especially as I'm beginning to understand why certain cops go missing every now and then. I could find myself in that situation, in which case I'm really going to want my rage. And I mean, people, give me the side eye, but they're not. I'm already a police officer. They can't just say I'm arresting you or I'm stopping you. People don't like me, but they live with me, and I think it's.
You.
Oh, he perhaps heard.
Oh, Victor completely so deeply.
Wait, what'd you say? You cut out a bit.
I said Victor completely understands that sentence so very deeply.
Oh, what? What? They don't like him, but they have to live with him.
Yup.
I'm gonna roll P&E for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
I only got 2 successes, but I guess
I got one.
I get P&E.
Yeah, Victor agreed with that sentence.
Aw, he can just like grabs both of their midsections and pulls them into a hug.
Way to make it awkward.
Oh, come on, I'm leaving room for Gaia.
Eyes narrow because that was not the context Jake was thinking of.
Yeah, make metis jokes while there is a metis there. Good job.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jacob
I
just
didn't
kinda
say hashtag no
narrows.
menace. I said leave room for Gaia.
He's there's a bit of like kind of, oh shit, that was not sensitive kind of look coming from Jacob. He's not heading at you, don't have to roll for that. He kind of breaks off shortly after the awkward hug. But yeah, I guess that's being a cop is one of the fellow dogs. You know, I guess it's Olaf said it was related. You know, a lot of it's kind of related to who we are, like our auspice.
At least you're not a lawyer.
I mean, I could have been. How does that make you feel? I believe there's a term for a group of lawyers. It's called like a crow of lawyers.
A soul-sucking black hole of lawyers.
They're not that bad. They're just doing their job. It's not their
know.
fault. Their job sucks. Make more money than
And
the
it's
rest
not
of
their
us.
fault that the judiciary system in America is kind of shit. A little bit.
I mean, you appreciate what you have. It's better than a lot of other nations out there. You know, you think about them and you consider yourself lucky. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think caused Luna to choose you as in a room, Victor?
Could you say that again, please?
What does he think that ties him to his auspice and being in a rune? What does he think makes him in a rune? No, it's not like like incendiary. It's literally out of pure curiosity that Jacob says this, because he was talking about being a cop and being full of dogs.
I just fight.
You know, that's a wonderfully simple way of putting it.
And he just shrugs like he doesn't know what to say.
Jacob kind of nods his head and just says, I can respect that. It is what it is. May as well make do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I've always tried looking more deeply into these things, and I know some other guru have kind of questioned me on that. I guess I just find it fascinating. That it's like everything is connected.
It's just our Gaia-given task. We just do it. Don't question it. You know?
Yeah.
Something should be questioned, though.
Well, that's why the Ragabash exists, right?
Exactly.
So
They're nods.
I guess it's just because I haven't been part of a nation for very long. You know, I never grew up in a nation. My kinfolk still don't know. I'm waiting until I'm a clear, to be honest. So then they'll have some means of true protection. And keeping them out of the loop until then, so well. I was considering bringing them in earlier, but then Smile showed up and really I didn't know what to make of that. So I'm just keeping them out of harm's way for now.
Oh, sweet summer child.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that we're gonna get your family, and we're gonna get my family, and my family's gonna explain everything.
This is Silverfang business. That might be unwise.
Wow, rude.
I don't mean it like that, but I mean some other Silverfangs might take offense. Who knows? I might have another Guru in my line. And I'm not sure how Gerardra would feel about that either. I mean, he'd probably be fine. When I first met him, he was incredibly understanding and explained things very succinctly to me. But you might want to run that by him And you're going to want to run that by Ophelia Rares first as well, because these are their kin. And you know how sensitive messing with kin can be. So just run it by some people, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, to be honest, we probably don't want a crowd of people explaining things to them. I mean, I'll introduce them to you when we've explained things and your family, but I think before that it might just be best that Ophelia Rara and I handle it.
Okay. Although you can do a P&E on that that she did when you said that.
I mean, 3 successes. Tell me your feelings.
Oh, there's definitely bad blood behind that. When you're talking about, Gauru and their kinfolk, it's just
That massive soul. I mean, Jacob knows exactly why that is.
Yeah. You know what she's oh my god. I think she told you the story. I think you were there.
What? The one about the poor sap being experimented on?
No, I was the poor sap who tried to cop a feel on Tegan and then got a few things broken, and that's why Tegan is in New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a sensitive matter. I know Olaf was talking about his relationship with stargazers and their kin. He had to jump through a lot of hoops. So, yeah, I mean they are considered, I guess, a de facto part of the tribe. Really, they are Silverfang kin. Therefore, they're effectively part of the Silverfangs. So, and your kinfolk are effectively part of the Fianna. So that's part of why tribes take it so sensitively, I guess. That and the whole they actually care, I would hope. I mean, I certainly do. But yeah. Speaking of the whole leading us into glory and the record books of history, I will be needing to do a bit of reconnaissance beforehand, just in case. I was hoping to talk to a Theurge about it, but it might also be wise if I went ahead and checked out specifically what I wanted to target first. I was wondering if anyone wanted to come with me for that. Because I'll need someone to come with me just in case.
Sure, I've been talking with Theurges recently. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind me popping in yet again.
Yeah, I mean, you grew up in a nation I didn't, so I trust you understand them in the world of spirits a bit better than I do.
A little bit, although I'm no Theurge.
No. But, you're a good interpreter.
Do you need someone to go with you on scouting?
Scouting, it would be appreciated, yes, because, well, I don't want to get jumped. And if that happens, I may need some help. Because the whole point of reconnaissance is to discover what we're fighting against. And I do plan to hit a sizable target.
I can come.
Thanks, I'd appreciate that. We'll be, I'll talk with the Theurges first, and then we'll do a quick reconnaissance run on the area. Shouldn't be anything too serious.
He nods.
To be honest, I trust the Theurges to know the city's spiritual realm off by heart at this point. So perhaps it won't even be required, but it always pays to be prepared. I've already requested ping supply us all each with a Gaia's breath, so if we ever find ourselves in a fatal situation, we'll be able to call on our powers to heal us.
And you do know what you're getting into when you say you want to go up against a Bane, right?
I'm aware.
Okay, just making sure.
It's not going to be a small one. Falcon's not going to accept half measures, and to be honest, it would be quite insulting to most spirits to just go after what would effectively be a gaffling Bane.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making sure we've got all our backs covered. I'm not just going to lead you to your death. And I'm trying to make sure this
I'd
contributes
prefer you
something.
not do that. I kind of like living.
As it turns out, we all have an allergy to death, as it turns out. What a strange coincidence that is.
Right?
Wow. I guess
Don't-
gives us a point, something in common, something we can agree on, bond over.
Bullets, my only weakness.
Not as Krynos, they're not.
I mean,
But-
that depends on the bullets.
Do you really think you're going to come across silver bullets? I mean, if that happens, I done fucked up.
Well, we
No,
won't come against them fighting the Bane, but who knows what we'll find in the Amazon.
that's true. In the Amazon, things are going to be different. But I'm sure the men on the ground already report to us the situation there. There's no point really speculating on that until we arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're just going to work ourselves up about it and we'll burn out.
I mean, that's what I do every day, so it's just normal for me.
Don't burn yourself out too quickly.
I make no
Yes.
promises.
Well, you've got plenty of flint and tinder in that old rucksack, so you should be fine.
Don't remind me of this fucking rucksack.
I'm sure the rock spirits are having a whale of a time. And then
Oh yeah, no, they're so happy to be on my back. Oh my god.
Why are you carrying that?
Because I forgot to introduce myself to the worm foe.
Garrett?
That's not.
What was that last thing you said there, Jean?
That's not good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Garrett can be well, I don't know Garrett all that too much, but I know he's quite strict.
Yeah.
I know the water's taken an interest in us.
Mm-hmm.
So far I've managed to stay out of the way, which is my goal.
Also, do you notice that he looks strangely like Jason Momoa?
I try not to think on it, personally.
A little bit.
Well, I wouldn't say that to his face, because he might take it as an insult, in which case, say goodbye to your entrails. But we're not that we're not that fucked yet. To be honest, I'd say all of us are doing quite well. The spirits seem to be pleased with a lot of us, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm. And she motions to the rucksack. Doing very well.
Maybe we'll be able to petition granite as a totem.
Lord.
He kind of gives a cheeky smile. So what else has been going on lately with you, Victor?
He does what to Victor? I'm sorry.
What else has been going on lately with him?
I'm learning. how to repair things. That is.
Huh. Interesting. I've never really been particularly good at that myself. I've been more of a, well, I guess I'm fairly good at with guns, but not really anything else.
And I think they are at Cub Cabins at this point already.
Yes.
I mean, they've been talking for a little bit, so I would assume so.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
I'll definitely get it back.
So Victor just very slowly starts walking behind the male Cub Cabins.
They'll go with him. And as they go, Jacob will just say, I know repairing things can be considered by some to be a bit weavery. I hope you haven't got into any trouble with that. Personally, I kind of
A
approve.
bit what?
A bit weavery because it's dealing with technology. I know some of us are a bit averse to that. To be honest, I'm kind of happy though that you're taking interest in it. It's an unappreciated thing, you know, kind of taking an interest in human culture when you're not born in that culture. That's why I'm
He
trying to take
nods.
an interest in the lupus world.
He nods and says, Cole's right, I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, I can see that. She seems to have a lot of issues with human culture. Not that I don't see why. I mean, I'm not the kind of homid that's just going to say all humans are great and happy and fluffy and innocent. They really aren't. But
I mean, you're fluffy, but that's just you.
it's just me. Yeah, I mean, I'm a cop. I deal with bad people every day, so it's understandable. But you know, we're literally inside. We're literally surrounded by. I don't really call it the weaver's webs. I call it the system because that's kind of what it is. It's a system. It's a codified set of rules and institutions, and you kind of have to learn to work within it if you want to beat it. It's there was a politician who said you can choose to either be an outsider or an insider, and as an outsider you can basically yell and scream and fight however much you want, but no one's going to listen to you and it's not going to change anything. If you're an insider, you can change things. It starts giving way to you because you work with the system rather than against it. But because you're in the system, you can also subvert it. You can undermine it and dismantle it. So it has to pay attention to you. It also means you have to be careful what you mess with.
Victor just shrugs.
Yeah. Whatever works, in my opinion. I feel like I've been more...
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry. Jacob just finishes by saying, to be honest, I've got a lot of friends in the system, so I'm more used working inside it to beat it.
So when they get to the behind of the cabin, there's like a couple sheets of newspapers laid on the ground, and there's on top of those newspapers covered by a plastic sheet. And he just pulls it off. There's like a very small, tiny engine there, like a moped engine, and he just sits down and starts tinkering with it.
Interesting. What's that for? I guess he'll say to the group. So Tegan, go.
I think it's just his way of experimenting, learning. I know Teresa showed him a few things the other night.
Interesting. Hmm.
Ooh, I want to do a P&E on that. Interesting.
Okay?
1.
1. I'm defender, I win. You
Damn
get
it!
nothing.
Damn it! Fight me!
his
Don't.
pure breed is too compelling. You just feel compelled to ignore it.
God damn it.
You're too concerned with how lovely his hair is.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
That beautiful mane. Interestingly, there are actually a few silver strands in it. But it's not pronounced. It's more of his human lineage, shows more than his Gru side, perhaps. But
He's
you
not
know,
a pure-blooded Targaryen.
well, I mean, he's a silver fang. He's pure-blooded in all contexts of the word. But you see it as more. There's a bit more. It's not every silver fang has silver hair for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
There's
But she's
definitely a
gonna
little bit there.
she's gonna like point out the silver hairs that he does have, and he's gonna say, you might want to get that checked. I think you're going gray prematurely.
I thought I dug that out.
Old man.
Silver is not grey.
It's a little bit prettier, but not by much.
The Get's fur is grey. The Silver Fang's fur is silver. It's in the name. Besides, you can't say no to this cute little white fluffy wool.
Oh, he's so fluffy, so white. Oh my god.
Yes, I am wonderfully fluffy.
Yeah, you're a snowball.
A very, very, very dangerous snowball.
But a snowball nonetheless.
Nah, I'm an avalanche, baby. Speaking of which, I have to ask, what's it like being a Galliard? I've met a Galliard before, but I haven't really talked to them about being a Galliard. So what's it like being a moon dancer, as it were?
I mean, I haven't been one for long, but it's probably more work than you would think it is, because we still have to learn a lot about, Gauru history. I don't know. I guess I'm probably one of the luckier Galliards because I know some stuff.
Well, take all the advantages you can get, because I didn't get any. And William's even more fucked. So,
Oh, yucky. And there's still the right of renunciation. If he really doesn't like his auspice.
Olaf's not going to let that fly, though, is he?
Probably not.
So, he's stuck as he is for now. He's going to want to climb up a few ranks and learn the right himself if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And who's going to teach him? Nobody actually likes that right. I understand why it exists. You're going to have many faces. Some of them are unpredictable. Sometimes we just want a bit more predictability.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some wandering spirit knew it and could teach it, but I don't really think anyone here would teach it.
Yeah, I mean, not to insult Luna or anything, but sometimes the change is necessary. Sometimes, situations change. On the rare occasion that it happens, perhaps someone's auspice should change, but it's not going to be very common. And I don't think William really is going to be that exception.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be a Garu at all, so.
Yeah. I mean, looks like we're going to send him back and let him come back with his tail between his legs. I tried to get his number, but he wouldn't give it to me, just in case something happens, because, the dancers did come after dusk. And I'm afraid they might come after him. I don't know.
Yeah, I might. I think I'm going to try to talk to him, Because I have a few things that I think might help just get him to understand more. But
I was getting through to him, but I mean, he's
He's
still
stubborn.
kind of he's stubborn about it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's right. He's pissed off about being kidnapped. I can't blame him. You just missed Jacob basically gossiping with Tegan about what it's like being a Galliard, and William being Salt.
The salt is real.
Yeah, and Jacob.
Salt boy.
Yeah, Jacob saying he understands why William is PJ Salt, but ultimately, he's kind of screwed. And also talked about how Mother Larissa basically said send him back and teach him how he literally can't live with the human world anymore.
Yeah, I'll just say that Victor is just listening to you two while tinkering. There's like a small clink clank noises going on.
Yeah. In which case, that causes Jacob to kind of turn back and look at the engine and just kind of ask, "What's it for?"
Not for anything.
Mm.
It's old, and kinfolk said that they don't use it anymore.
Get the right materials, and you might be able to build yourself an old banger.
I'm just trying to learn how it works.
Hey, learning's great. You have my approval.
And there's also like 2 or 3 books also right next to that engine. And I'll point up to the books and say, the books say that you have to know how they work if you want to fix them. So,
as with anything, understanding creates a solution. Anyway, you look like you're going to be busy with that thing for a while, so you won't mind if I leave you now? It was nice talking with you.
he looks at Jacob and nods.
I'd just like to say I appreciate you coming with me on this mission. It's not ignored.
Well, you need help. And I can help, so... And he just shrugs.
Good on you. I won't lay you down. And I trust you to do the same. And with that, he'll just kind of go and leave and just say, "See you around."
Later, Snowball.
And I think with that, we can end the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you next time.